Happy New Year. It is Kevan Kenney broadcasting live from the world-famous KROQ. Happy Sunday evening to you and yours. We are joined, of course, by our beloved sexpert, the leading sexpert of our generation, if you haven't heard, Dr. Tara.
Hello.
And Beer Mug's here.
Hello.
Why? Bristol's trying to, we're just trying to figure that out. Trying to figure that out.
Adding to the spice.
How are the phone lines looking, Muggs?
They're ready to rock, man.
Yeah,
Let's
and
go.
give out that number again.
1-833-LOVE-191.
191. And then for those that don't know how to do that, that is 1-833. Is it 568-3191? I believe that's how it kind of... The LOVE, if you don't know, yeah, like, you know, your cell phone, your smartphone, you go to the numbers. I know this sounds crazy to an older listener, but this is how you do it, and it spells it out, LOVE, right there on the cell phone. So that's how you get a hold of us. Phone lines are open. Muggs is manning them. Wish us the best of luck. And I want to actually start with how you spent your New Year. Did you have an orgasmic New Year, Dr. Tara?
Oh, yeah.
Did you really? What'd you do?
We hung out at the house. We hosted a big party, and everyone was there. And at midnight, we ran down to the ocean, and then the rest I can't say.
Now, when Muggs, you told me that you had a lot of quiet sex because, like, the family was around.
That's right. During Christmas, that was hard.
Now, I think quiet sex, it has a connotation of being boring sex, right? Boring intimacy, because you have this, I don't know, this idea a lot of people do, at least, where you got to be wild and crazy.
Right.
But there's also there's an excitement to having to be quiet, don't you think?
I think so. This is where I agree with you. 'Cause
Right?
I think it's hidden. It's hidden sex.
Right.
Quiet sex, when people don't have to be quiet, but they are, that's boring.
Right.
But when you have to be quiet, that's different.
Right. No, I think it's like it's doing something. It's the age-old thing we talk about a lot here on Loveline. This is our fourth episode we've done now. And there's this, you start to notice themes. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure anybody that's hosted the show over the years, they've noticed themes, of course, you know, when they get into the upper echelon of number of episodes. But even 4 episodes in, I'm noticing a theme that novelty is just paramount with a lot of the calls we get, a lot of the topics, and sort of doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. And sometimes that's having sex, and sometimes that means you got to be a little quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, and definitely brought novelty because I'm usually loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like a gorilla.
But you don't think that's a little bit of a put on?
Nope.
Like a gorilla? give me a little example. You know, for people listening right now live on KROQ, give me a little.
Can I do it?
Like a gorilla? Yeah, but you know, make it tasteful. We're live on the radio, of course. We don't want to lose our license.
I can't make it tasteful.
Give me a little.
I'm
like,
not tasteful.
Is it like? Because
in
what I'm imagining is like ooga chaka ooga ooga ooga. Is it like that? Is it guttural?
No.
Okay, then I don't know if you know what gorillas are. I don't
Are
know.
you questioning my animal knowledge?
I'm just saying. A gorilla. I don't know if that would excite me if I met a woman and she goes, "Hey, you want to get me back home? I sound like a gorilla."
Oh, my husband loves it.
Really? Well, you've also said on the show, I've been getting a lot of texts. You know, we're 4 episodes in now, and if you're just joining us on KROQ, or you know, there is a podcast you can listen to of the show. I get a lot of texts and reviews, and they go, "Did she really role play as a cat?"
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
No regrets?
No.
Okay.
Have you seen Baby Girl, the movie?
No, but I've seen the memes about Baby Girl, the movie.
Like she gets on her knees and lick milk from a plate on the floor.
Oh, okay.
That's like little animal
Didn't
play.
Michelle Pfeiffer
Pet
do that
play.
in
pet
Batman?
play.
Oh, pet play.
It's so fun.
Don't encourage Muggs. You know, we don't want to talk about his Sasquatch films on the show anymore.
He's on his knees now.
Yeah, he probably is back there. That's the downside of not having him in the studio. Now, I saw you at Nobu. You met the head of Nobu. Is that right?
That's right. The owner of Nobu.
The
His
owner
name
or
is
the chef?
The owner. He's chef owner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nobu Matsuhisa.
Muggs was real impressed by that. That's like a big LA icon, that guy.
Yeah, totally. He's a really good friend and a really big collector. So my husband, I told you, is an oil painter,
Right.
and Nobu collects his art. He has many pieces.
Right.
Yeah,
An
so we
oil
went over
painter
to his house.
into gorillas. That's what I'm gathering there.
What did you eat, Tara?
What? We had Wagyu.
You heard all of that. We've been live on KROQ for 4.5 minutes. We've talked about quiet sex. We've talked about role play, and that's what got your interest.
Yeah, I want to know what she ate at Nobu after she met him.
We had
Make it-
Wagyu.
Okay.
Wagyu. You didn't have any like oysters or anything?
No, not this time. I usually do, but not this time.
Aren't oysters like not to be like kind of corny because I'll leave that to Muggs, but oysters aren't they like aphrodisiacs?
I mean, that's what they say, but you have to eat so much of it for it to even have like an effect.
Who's they?
They is people like you.
Okay, yeah, like idiots. You can say idiots on the radio.
People on the internet.
Where does a rumor like that start, though? Because if it reaches an idiot like me, it's got to come from somewhere, right?
Yes. So there is like a root, I guess, rationale behind it, which is oysters filled with zinc. And zinc is associated with testosterone boosting.
Okay.
So when you boost testosterone, you're more likely to have a higher sex drive. So
Even in women, if women have high testosterone?
Oh yeah. Haven't
really?
you heard like Kate Winslet went through
Kate, that's not really who I think of with a high testosterone.
Kate Winslet
Right.
talked to like a magazine, I don't remember which publication, but she basically said, I had a low sex drive and I went through testosterone therapy and now my sex life is back.
Wow, Kate Winslet on steroids, it sounds like. Maybe she'll sign to the Dodgers, Muggs.
That'd be awesome. We're signing everybody.
Yeah, no, let's sign Kate Winslet. Put her right behind Freeman. That's it. So, is that a total just conspiracy theory? Is that just sort of an old wives' tale that any food can, arouse you?
I mean, you have to eat so much of it. And if you ask any, scientist or nutritionist, like you have to eat so much of it to even have it to have effect. So, yeah, like foods that are rich in zinc can be really good for your libido and your sex drive, but it's like we don't eat enough of it to even have like the real effect.
You know what would be a really fun thing to do live on Loveline is to feed Muggs continuously some type of food and then see how long it takes over the course of the 2-hour live show on Sunday nights to see how long it takes for him to get aroused.
Ooh.
I could totally crush oysters.
Yeah?
What if he has an erection like here?
Well,
isn't that like an HR
Wouldn't be
violation?
the first time.
Oh.
Right. Moving on from that. Paper Magazine, they had kind things to say about you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they called you the leading sexpert of our generation.
The
accurately.
internet's resident sexpert.
Okay, that's exactly what I was going to say. And so, anyways, Paper Magazine, they put out this, I guess, like a listicle, they call it, where these are all foods that apparently will boost your sex drive or make you horny. And can I just run through some of these and you tell me if, next time you're at Ralph's or Gelson's or whoever wants to sponsor the show, and you're shopping and you got low libido like Kate Winslet, and you can't afford the testosterone, you could maybe pick up one of these.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. That's what he's doing. I was wondering what he was doing.
He's working.
When he gets quiet, yeah, exactly. By the way, can we just say something right now that there was room on the door for Jack? There was room on the door.
Yeah,
there's
totally.
room. There's room.
Oh,
Totally.
yeah.
And she's just kind of a terrible person in that movie.
Yeah, she's like, goodbye.
Can you actually, before I even get to the first food, which is bananas, what is sort of the sexual health psychology of that lady Rose in Titanic? I mean, what the hell was her problem? She's cheating on this guy, and he might be a jerk, this Cal guy, right? But, he's given her a pretty good life.
Yeah.
And then she's cheating on him with this guy, Jack Dawson. She just met. She don't even know this guy.
Yeah.
And then
That's
she
what
lets him
happens.
die at the end. That's messed up.
That's what happens when you have no sexual chemistry with the first guy. The first guy was not a good guy. He was a jerk.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, you've never had good sex with a jerk?
Rarely. 'Cause
Really?
they're not generous lovers.
Oh, okay.
No,
So are
I'm
you
a really
saying-
good person? I'm a really good picker.
Well, but assess Cal, right? Cal in that movie played by Billy Zane. Cal, you think, was probably bad in bed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then Jack, Leo, was really good in bed.
He's good.
Because he was a
He's
painter.
good.
No, I'm seeing this now because your husband is an artist, and now you got to think for artists. Is that
yeah.
why you think you're into it?
They know how to use their fingers.
Oh, is that true?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for running. And yeah.
What song is that?
Yeah.
My dreams, I see you.
Oh, now she's singing.
I feel you.
Yeah, I don't want to think about. She's talking about fingers, and now Celine's telling me she feels stuff. I don't want to think about that. Bananas. Paper Magazine said bananas are something that's going to boost your sex drive. Is that real?
Yeah, potassium. I mean, anything that helps you be more healthy will help you with your sex drive.
Now, because you have a gorilla kink, do you ever get horny, Tara, when I bring up bananas?
Yeah.
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 And then, how many bananas do you think Muggs would have to eat to get an erection?
1,000.
Really? Muggs, how many bananas do you think? I'm being honest, man. How many bananas do you think you could eat in 2 hours?
2 hours?
2 hours, man.
Maybe 10?
10?
No way.
What?
Yeah.
10?
No.
You know how math works?
5
10?
an hour.
What? No.
5 an hour? You do
One
like it
per
in-
minute.
What are you talking
No,
about?
that's too many
You're never going to get aroused. All right, forget
Well, I'll be
him, man.
cramp-free, let me
yeah,
tell ya.
he's got
No
enough
Charlie's.
gas station pills to last him a lifetime. Asparagus. Why is that on this list? Is that true?
I mean, I don't think that's a good idea because asparagus can, eating a lot of it can affect the way your ejaculate tastes.
Oh, really?
And you don't want that. You want it to taste good.
Okay. And then is that true with like the whole pineapple, what they say about pineapples?
Yeah, bromelain. Like it has the chemical bromelain in it, and that tends to affect the taste of the ejaculate.
And is that something that, like, as a woman, do you notice that? Is that something you remember
yeah.
about people, how they taste? I feel like it would be so quick. You'd want to just get through it, and it would just be like you're not even focusing on it. Like when I take a shot, you know, I can't tell you. I can't tell. That's what I'm imagining. I can't tell you the difference between, like, I don't know, like Smirnoff and I don't know, Grey Goose. And I mean, I know, like, you know, probably some like fancy people are saying, how have you not?
There is a difference.
Of course there is, but I just throw it back. But you're saying you remember that.
Oh yeah. I've had some past lovers that did not have ejaculate that tastes good.
Really?
And it was not it reduces his attractiveness.
Well, you know what's interesting about you, though, if you're keeping up to date with the episodes here and what you've shared so far, is that you have this thing where you like cigarette smoke with cologne, right? Which I think is pretty gross. But then you're like a little bougie when it comes to the ejaculate.
Yeah,
really?
I'm bougie when it comes to the
Tara only likes the designer ejaculate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, she goes to like the high-end outlet store ejaculates. You know what I mean? What's that about? Really? So you remember use a fake name, but give me an example of a guy that you've been with, and you're like, I remember he tasted like a leather couch or something. I don't know.
Okay, a fake name, Kevan.
Don't use that name. Somebody's going to clip this. Don't use that name.
This guy, Kevan, that I had sex with in college, he had a terrible tasting ejaculate.
And you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
I've only had 2 in my life that had terrible tasting ejaculate.
When what? Like, really?
Yeah, and I remember vividly. And I remember, too, that right after, I had this, like, post-sex sadness where I'm like, ooh, like, I don't really like this person anymore.
Because of the taste?
I ended the relationship, yeah.
How was his body odor? Do you remember that?
Like, had odor, but not super strong, but noticeable.
So poor, I hate that you use my name.
Kevan.
Poor Kevan, what do you think the reason was for guys listening to Loveline? Like, and they're like, you know, a little, because I'll get self-conscious about my breath sometimes, you know what I mean? But I never think about that. But now I'm thinking about that. And so what is the cause for bad tasting ejaculate?
Fried foods.
Really?
I ate a lot of fried foods all the time, every day.
Oh, really? That's what Kevan did?
Yeah, it's so bad for you.
Oh, so it's like a bad diet. So you think guys that are in shape, you like watch what you eat, it's probably fun?
Oh,
you don't have to worry about it?
100%. Yeah.
Really? All right. Well, how about pine nuts? That's the next one on this list.
Yeah, that's good for you. That increases your libido, too.
Wait a minute. I'm catching on here. I think this is a bogus list, like most lists you find online are. I think these are just good, like these are foods that are good for you.
just
And
healthy.
you're telling me that if you just eat a healthy diet, really? Are we there at that point in society where like our diets are so unhealthy that to get aroused because people have no libido because of these terrible diets that they're just like, hey, eat your fruits and vegetables. That's really what this whole, I mean, broccoli, avocado, chili peppers, the food, not the band, garlic, olive oil.
I like the band, too.
Yeah. I won't go there. All right. Chocolate and mustard and watermelon. I mean, this is just like...
Yeah.
This is crazy. And if your libido is that low where you're going to go through a list of, I think there's 24 items on this list, I mean, you should probably just see your physician, don't you think?
I mean, if you like make your breakfast smoothie of like all of these things,
right?
Then you'd start the day off right.
You can't go outside. No, you're like that guy in the Cialis ad where it's like, hey, if it lasts 72 hours, call more women or whatever they say. You know?
I'm pretty sure that's not what they said.
That's not what they say at the end? I don't know. I never watched till the end, honestly. That's pretty crazy, though. I mean, that's that bad. What is the deal with all this low libido? Because we actually got a call after the show. I meant to tell you this because you jetted off last Sunday when we were here. And then Muggs and I were kind of hanging out, just honestly wasting time talking about what I'll get into about him lately. And somebody called in at like 12:15, and they were talking about how they think that people are on these male enhancement pills.
Like what? Viagra?
Like, yeah. Is that a male enhancement pill?
Yeah, like erectile dysfunction medication.
Yeah. Like all that stuff. So he called in and he said that a lot of people take it, a lot of young men take it. He thinks because people are so stressed out, there's so much anxiety in the world now that there's so much anxiety that they can't perform. But you think that's like a prevalent enough, Dr. Tara, that's a leading cause for this rise in young people taking Viagra and Cialis and the like?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What is stressing? But here's my thing.
The main causes, especially for young men, I would say, are anxiety and vaping.
Vaping hurts the package.
Yeah.
Really? Now,
Nicotine penis. You've never heard of that?
Good
No.
band.
Yeah.
Good band.
Nicotine penis. It's a real thing. It affects your erectile dysfunction
Really? And how?
because nicotine affects the way that the blood flows to your penis.
Wait. So, Muggs,
Yeah.
you smoke a lot, man.
I vape a lot.
You do? Well, have you ever experienced that?
Nicotine penis?
Yeah.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
And
But
it's
you're-
okay. No shame.
But I feel like it might be hard to diagnose. I'm being serious because you'll probably hit the vape at the bar. And then,
Right.
so now, can't alcohol also influence that?
Whiskey penis
Right.
is another term.
Wow. How many types of penises are there?
Many. There's also, Coca-Cola penis.
Oh, really? What's that?
I don't think we can say it on here. But
Okay, yeah, don't say that. Oh, I know. Are you
Yeah.
saying? I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. I don't know why my brain went to like Santa Claus and polar bears, man. I was like, what do you mean?
Snow. It's like snow. Did you save that?
You have a small penis.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know how he uses that when we're not here. I don't even want to know. You can go back to episodes 1 through 3 on the podcast to know what I'm kind of referring to there with Muggs and his feelings towards Dr. Tara. But speaking of Muggs, by the way, he had himself a heck of a New Year's.
Oh.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Because you guys text a little bit. I know you and him
Yeah.
on the cell phone there, and well, no, because he, sometimes like he'll tell me something about you, and I go, I didn't see that in the group chat, and I'm like, oh, you're texting her,
Yeah.
which I don't think he's supposed to be, by the way. I'm sorry if he's texting you.
What?
You're not really supposed
business.
to. No, but I know it's not.
I'm
I know
trying
he's
to hate on
I
Tara.
know he's texting you, and it's not always about business.
Are you going to report to HR?
No, but I'm just saying. I apologize on behalf of KROQ for him.
Okay.
You have a
thank you.
small penis.
Stop. But he had himself a hell of a New Year's, and I was like, this is the craziest story I've ever heard. And it was one of those stories where it keeps getting crazier and crazier, where it was about one woman, and then another woman's involved, and then another woman's involved. And it was almost like a San Fernando Valley soap opera. And I go, oh my, I can't wait to lead with this on Loveline. And then he doesn't want to talk about it.
Let's talk about
No.
let's go back to
Go back to what?
like dating jerks.
Why?
And, like,
Why? Do you actually have a
No.
question? Wait, hold on. Do you actually have a question about that, or are you just trying to like sort of take the attention off of you?
No, I do have a question. What I want to know why girls like assholes more than they like nice guys. Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had a heart attack.
Oh.
Yeah, you can call somebody an asshole. Don't worry.
Didn't we talk about this already, though?
Yes.
Like, it's like he produces the show and he doesn't even know what's going
I
on
know.
the show.
You're an asshole.
Okay.
Okay.
Now he's going to wear it out. Not literally.
You have a small penis.
Okay,
Oh my
stop that.
God.
Stop that. Okay, so he wants to know, you want to know why women like jerks?
Yeah, Tara.
Hey, wait, hold on. Okay. But are you asking that because of what's going on that I'm not allowed to talk about on the air between you and you know
Sure.
who?
Yeah. Yes.
So what?
What?
So because I know this is so
I
confusing
now
to
need
talk
to
about.
know.
I know, and you would be a great person to talk to about this. But he really is like one of the most desired men at this bar. You
At
really
this
are.
bar.
He really is one of the most
Valley.
desired men at this bar. And so we can't talk about the particulars because he's getting all self-conscious now because he's developing feelings for people and things like that. But I guess why do women like jerks?
Yeah, Tara. Explain.
So there's a difference between jerks and like quote unquote bad boy.
Yeah, I know. Well, there definitely is.
Right.
Because I read a book when I was a kid. There was a show on VH1 called The Pickup Artist. Do you remember this at all?
Yeah.
You have to know about this guy, right? Mystery. Do you remember Mystery, the pickup artist?
Yeah.
I loved that show. And he hung out with a dude named Mastodon. And then I remember the guy that won. The guy that won, his name was Cosmo. And I was like, who are these people? But it was so entertaining. There was even a season 2, I'm pretty sure. And Mystery, I now follow on social media, and I send him all the love if you're watching or listening to this, if they clip it out, Mystery. But basically, it was based on this book by this author, this writer, amazing author named Neil Strauss. And it's called The Game. Did you ever hear about this book?
Yeah.
The Game. Muggs, did you ever read The Game back in the day?
No, but I listened to the game. The artist.
Oh, The Artist. Okay, cool.
Is that the headed I love it, my underdogs on top?
Yeah. Don't say any of the bad words. But anyways, this if you're listening right now and you don't know about The Game, it was basically like this I don't know, it was like a memoir, not a memoir, but it was like Neil Strauss was a part of this pickup community with Mystery and all these other people before there was a show, and then the show was based off the book. Point is that this book was like a Bible for like my generation of teenage guys learning how to court women, and it was so toxic looking back because there was a whole chapter on nagging women. Do you know this construct of nagging women, where you literally you find things about this woman and you bring them up and you make her feel bad when you're trying to get a date with her. So you basically like make her so insecure in this demented thought process that then she will lower her standards enough to date you, right? And I think a lot of jerks clung to that, right? And I'm not calling Mystery a jerk necessarily. I don't know that guy. But I'm saying that a lot of jerks misappropriated that as like, oh, I just have to be mean to women to get them to like me.
Yeah.
And I think that's different than bad boys. I think bad boys are guys that like are just maybe a bit rebellious.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of go to the beat of their own drum.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
yeah. I was going to say
shirts,
like
have dark hair,
have tattoos.
their names are illiterate. But no, in all seriousness.
Yeah, I would say like the quote unquote bad boy that women like is more about them being assertive and masculine. Right? Like, because there's a lot of quote unquote guys that are, and I do a lot of quotes because I don't want to, you know, like stereotype people.
Okay.
But there's a lot of guys now that are like very meek.
What does that mean?
Just meek.
Like feminine men?
No. Femininity is not a bad thing. Femininity is a great thing if you balance it out with masculinity. But they're just meek.
But
like
if you
they're
but if
so
you weren't trying to be
hesitant and apprehensive about everything. They can't ever speak up. They don't know their place in the world. They're just a very hesitant, passive person.
Why is that? In your estimation? Why is there such a rise in that type of man now?
I would say family. And social media.
Family?
Yeah, a lot of
what
who
changed
we are
in the
is from
family,
our
though?
Family. Lots.
What do you mean?
Lots of people had babies accidentally.
But don't you think people have always been doing that?
And like, no.
Really?
No.
I mean, Muggs is like 40.
You're an asshole.
Now that we learned that we can say asshole, we can say you're an asshole.
No, my point is, people were obviously doing it as far back as 40 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, bottom line. The bottom line is, I would say bad boys are protective of their women. Protective, right? And they take care of their women. But jerks are all about themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. They're self-centered.
But why do women need this bad boy? Because it seems like that's almost like we talked on.
They're assertive.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it's like, because what if there's a really nice guy who's assertive? There's like, if there's a nice guy in slacks and a polo shirt and he's like, I'm going to take you out to the,
That's not the same.
I know, but he can be assertive. That's my point, doctor. It's more than being assertive in my estimation. I think it's more about taming the beast, as we've talked about. But I'm so fascinated. Why do women need to tame a beast? It seems that every woman needs that. They want a beast that's like kind to them, or that they've tamed for them, but then he goes out into the world and he's still crazy, What's that about?
You watch too much fantasy porn.
You don't think that's real? We've already
No.
established on the show I think that's real.
No.
No? You don't think that most women want to tame a wild and crazy guy?
No, I don't have that desire. None of my friends have that desire.
Oh my God. Where is he getting this? Yeah, bad boys indeed. Thank you, Muggs.
You got it.
Yeah, thank you, Muggs. Wait, but you don't think that, like, women, like, we've talked about this in literotica. It's one of the most popular topics in literotica, the taming of the beast.
Just because people like to read and fantasize about things don't mean they do it in real life.
So do you think more women in real life would prefer that archetype of, like, a nice guy dad bod?
No. Why did you tag on dad bod?
Well, because that's a whole thing that women love the dad bod. That's like a new thing. Women love the dad bod. And I've got so many thoughts on that. But what do you think?
No.
What do you
mean? I disagree with everything that you're saying.
You're saying that women don't enjoy dad bods? Of course there are women that enjoy dad bods.
I would say, when you say women, you're saying all women?
No.
I would say it's like maybe 50-50.
50-50,
Yeah.
they either want to like
Dad
tame
bod
the
and
beast.
like lean, fit men.
Okay. No, but I'm saying though, like, I feel like the dad bod archetype is different than the rebellious guy.
Not necessarily.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the psychology of the dad bod?
There's so many fit, hot, nice guys. Have you ever been to Equinox?
No, of course there are. But I'm saying, what
So to fit hot, nice guys.
why do you think women like the dad bod? Because I think a lot of guys, like, we're so competitive. I used to joke, like, do you work with my buddies? Like, do we work out for each other, or do we work out for women?
For each other.
Well, of course we do, right? Because, we'll be like, look at this lift in the gym, and it's like, most women don't care about that. You know what I mean? But what do you think that is, like, about like women and then this dad bod phenomenon that I think a lot of like guys that like to work out and take care of themselves, we kind of like don't understand.
I think it's like safety and like coziness.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
like
as simple as that.
Like it's a daddy. Like he takes care of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a zaddy.
A zaddy, like
Right?
Mugs.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, there you
Gotta
go.
go to break, though.
Oh, we got to go to break?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the number is 1-833-LOVE-191. If you don't know what LOVE stands for on the phone, it is 1-833-568-3191. We got more Loveline coming up next.
Loveline with Kevan Kenney and Dr. Tara. We'll be right back.
Feels so good, doesn't it?
KROQ.
How the hell are you? Kevan Kenney, Dr. Tara, producer Mug somewhere. And he got us a caller. Look at that. 1-833-LOVE-191. You are listening to us live from the world-famous KROQ. You're driving around right now. Maybe you're at home on the app. 1-833-LOVE-191. You can call that number right now and talk to us. And somebody just did. I'm reading these notes. Bear with us. This is Brian, a young man from Culver City. I don't know how young. We'll find out. But Muggs has him on the line. Let's see. Dr. Tara, you ready to take your first call tonight?
Oh yeah.
All right. Brian.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, there you are. I called you a young man,
Hey.
Brian. How old are you?
I'm not very young. I'm 42 years old.
Oh, okay. Hey, how do you feel about that, Tara? 42, is that young?
Yeah.
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 Can you still date at 42? Like, can you still be on the apps at 42? You think there's there's a dating life, a healthy dating life for a 42-year-old man?
Yeah, I just
Really?
matchmade someone in their 40s.
What does that mean? You matchmake?
Yeah, I'm a matchmaker.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. I know you had your practice. Is that your practice?
Well, a part of it, yeah. If I find someone that I feel would be suitable, I match them.
Really?
Yeah.
My therapist, this is before I met my current girlfriend, but I had a therapist on BetterHelp that I don't even know if she was like a real therapist, honestly, now looking back. And she was a lady. I shouldn't call her a girl. But she said she had the perfect match for me, but she couldn't tell me because of like HIPAA or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about licensed therapists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you matchmake.
I'm a coach.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can matchmake Brian, because Brian called in from Culver City, right down the road, actually, from where we're broadcasting from. And Brian, in the most radio-safe way, could you tell us what's going on in your life, bro?
Yeah. I mean, I heard you guys on Klein and Alley talking about STDs, and it was kind of serendipitous because I'm going through a situation where it is possible to meet people on the apps. I am the proven proof of that. I met this gal. She's a little bit younger than me. She's 26.
Ooh.
Lovely. Really, really like her a lot. We have a lot of the same interests. We both hate when people play music on the bus or on the airplane without headphones.
Nice.
We both love corn dogs. We believe in the same conspiracy
Gross.
theories. Like pretty much everything I'm looking into.
Okay.
And it's awesome. And everything's been awesome with her. But there's just one issue, and I really appreciate her doing this. But she told me that she has herpes.
Oh.
And I'm wondering, I have a lot of anxiety about it, but I know there's a lot of, I know people in love have herpes and still have sex with each other. And I'm just wondering, from your guys' advice, what exactly is the safest way? If I do this, I will be safe no matter what.
Well, okay. I'm wondering, when I get nervous, I can't perform. And I'm wondering, Brian, you got to be a little... I mean, even... I don't mean to steal the thunder from Dr. Tara. Tara will have a great answer for this, I'm sure. But, are you at all nervous that you're going to be so nerve-wracked when you're doing this that you'll be able to perform?
Well, I'll probably be thinking about you telling me about this when I'm doing it now instead of whatever.
Way to go, Kevin. Psyching
It's
people
not even
out.
the herpes. It's the radio dude he
Yeah.
called, man. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just
He'll
on
have your
in
voice.
it.
Yeah, don't ever think of me, man. So, Dr.
I would say that there's no. I'm not really concerned about whatever it's called that because we've done. We've hit a double. We've gone to second base.
Okay.
And there's been no issues in that department of me getting to where I would need to be, if you get my drift.
Yeah, totally. And thanks for keeping it clean. Dr. Tar, no, seriously. But can I ask a really dumb question for the dumb people listening? If somebody's got herpes down there, do they also have herpes up there?
No.
No.
2 different strands. That's my question is, for Brian, what type of herpes does she have?
Well, she was very clear about this before we made out. And so now we're reaching date 6. I think we're on date 6.5-ish.
What is the half-ish?
Probably a walk, dude. Brian, Dr. Tar is like talking about how people go on walking dates now. It's like, that's not a date.
That's a walking date's not a date?
No.
Walking date is a date.
That can be walking on the beach romantically is not a date.
There was a lady in the valley that took me on a walking date once, and I felt like I was like, this. If I ever get arrested, I'm going to say that this was my community service.
Did she put a collar and a leash on you?
No. She's
not
like,
that kind of walk.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian. I don't know if you're listening to the show, but Dr. Tar is into like pet play.
Oh.
Yeah, but.
That's let's just focus on just number 1 hitting a home run, and then let's get into the kinky stuff later.
Does she have oral or genital herpes?
She has genital. She made it very clear. She told me what the scientific term for it was, and I don't remember. It's not like diabetes. I don't think it's like type 1, type 2. But she explained it, and I was like, okay, because she was very. And this is why I like her so much, is that she's so transparent about it. Yeah,
I love it.
And she keeps telling me that it's going to be fine. But I just need a little bit of some kind of scientific assurance that isn't me just looking up WebMD.
Brian, are you in sales?
Me?
Yeah. No. Dude, you should think about sales because you're kind of like winning me over to man, that would be so great if I met someone so honest that they were willing to tell me they had herpes. Now I kind of want to date somebody with herpes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We're sold.
Date this gal.
What else are you selling?
Yeah. Well, she's great. I mean, she has a septum piercing. She has 3 Pokemon tattooed on her body, which is very cool for me. And, I mean, it's just really cool. She's a gamer. I'm a gamer. We both play Fortnite, no build. So,
That's amazing.
Just kind of typical stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel very privileged for that.
He's a little old to be playing Fortnite, don't you think?
Oh, I don't judge.
I guess, but if you're dating a 26-year-old. All right, so but Dr. Tar, is there a safe way to have, really?
100%. Again,
really?
Millions of people have genital herpes. And in the United States alone, statistics show about 50%, like half the people in America has oral herpes. And then about 12% have genital herpes. But that's still millions of people. So it's becoming like a lot more normal now. And I love that she is communicative and she's not like ashamed of her status, because there's nothing to be ashamed about. It's an infection that you got, virus that you got, that it was, that happened in the past. Like, what's the point of living in hiding in the future? So I love that she's communicative. How to have sex with someone with herpes safely is, number 1, you should wear a condom. And number 2, don't have sex when she has outbreaks or breakouts. Outbreaks.
How often do those happen?
It depends. When you're under a lot of stress, like high cortisol, you are more likely to have breakouts. When you are eating a lot of fried foods, you're more likely to have breakouts. So just help her relax, because stress is the number 1 booster of all the breakouts.
It sounds like a fried food date would be the worst thing to happen, because she would have a herpes breakout, and then you've already told us that Brian's ejaculate would taste terrible.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so don't do that, Brian.
Well, the issue is that a big stress reliever would be sex. So it's kind of a chicken or the egg kind of
that is interesting. He makes a good point there. And then also, if you ever get into a fight or something, you can't have makeup sex because she's probably stressed out and's got herpes. I feel like, if you don't mind, Brian, I'm curious now. Like how have you ever seen it? Like, have you ever seen have you ever seen an outbreak, Brian?
In like 7th grade health class.
But you haven't seen it yet with your partner or the girl you're dating?
No, I've gotten very, very lucky where it's very dark room. She's also, I think she understands outbreaks, but I'm kind of like talking about like I'm just worried about, like, is there like a day thing? Like, is it like 2 days after an outbreak or whatever?
Yeah.
It just feels like it's like this nebulous thing that I'm trying to figure out of, like, when is the right time to really approach the thing, and then see if we can have that aspect of our relationship, which is very important to take the next step.
Yeah, you want to be safe, so at least 2 days after the breakouts. But some people like almost never have a breakout, so it just ask her, like, are you having a breakout right now? Like, can we have sex? If she's not having a breakout and you're wearing a condom, you're completely fine.
You know, this is going to sound crazy, but obviously I'm an anxious ball of nerves all the time. Is there such thing as, like, silent herpes? You remember silent COVID? Like, is there such thing where there's no outbreak, but you still get it?
Yeah.
Has that ever been happen?
Oh, yeah. Lots of people are asymptomatic.
Well, wait, that's
terrifying.
terrifying. Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought he was fine if he had a condom on.
No, you're fine if you have a condom on.
Okay.
But if you didn't know, like if she didn't tell him and she didn't have the breakouts and they had sex, like it could still be transferable even
Right.
if she didn't have the breakout.
Do you have a high? Is it like crabs or what I imagine crabs sort of to be like? Is it where, like, if you're not groomed down there, is it a higher likelihood that you can spread herpes?
No.
Isn't that like I saw a movie
it's a
one time?
virus.
I saw a movie one time when I was a kid where a guy got crabs from a toilet seat, and so I'm always worried I'm going to get crabs from a toilet seat. Is that real?
No.
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 Even Brian knows that's not real.
I've almost memorized WebMD at this point. I think, what is it called? That is not possible. But that's the asymptomatic thing I'm terrified of.
Yeah.
But the question is if I wear a condom, like, is the condom just the cure-all? Like, if I have a condom and she has an outbreak, am I still safe?
Yeah, but I wouldn't suggest because you're still like rubbing each other, you know?
Is herpes inside or outside?
Both.
Really?
Yeah, it can be in the pubic area too. So you're still going to be rubbing even with the condom. So I would highly suggest helping her relax so the breakouts is gone. Then 2 days later, have sex.
Is it like if you touch it, you get it?
No.
How do you, like, is it like a... Isn't that how you got chicken pox? It was like if you touched a kid with chicken pox?
You'd have to have like open. So like if you use your penis without a condom.
Right.
And then like you're rubbing that area and it like popped or like, you know, you're scratched.
Oh, so
then
it's what's
you're
inside
gonna get it.
the boil.
Well, obviously. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you've never
Not so
seen
obvious
pictures?
to me, man.
Yeah, it's like bumps. It's bumps, like little bumps, and then that's what happens. That's what happens. So, and oral herpes you get through saliva. So if you're kissing someone that has a cold sore, you can get herpes.
Yeah, isn't like a cold sore is like sort of like this, like the brand name herpes, right?
It is.
Huh.
Yeah.
I got a follow-up for you. If I were to hit a triple and perform oral, can you go mouth to genitals? Is that transferable?
Dude, if you give this girl oral, I think you should just be like the new Evel Knievel, dude.
You should use dental dam.
If you're willing to take that kind of risk, man.
You can use dental dam.
I mean, she doesn't bill hourly, doctor, right? Like, so I might as well get all the questions in.
I was gonna say, you know? This is like the most questions somebody's ever asked on Loveline. I mean, granted, it's the 4th episode, but yeah, we might start charging, right?
Yeah, $600 an hour.
My notepad is full of notes right now. It's insane.
She's gonna see that too. She's gonna come over and go, "What's this?"
Invoice.
Would she? Hey, Brian, let me ask you: is she the type of gal that, like, if she found out you called like a radio show about this, like, she'd be mad?
Yeah. I don't think there's a single girl on planet Earth who if they found out this happened, they wouldn't be uncomfortable about it.
Well, I mean, you're being pretty cool about it, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not like I said her name, but I mean, she has a very specific name, so if I said it, she would 100%.
Right.
It would give it away. But yeah, luckily I have a relatively generic name, and Culver City is pretty populated.
Yeah,
so
there's definitely like a lot of Brian. I've driven through Culver City. There's definitely a lot of guys. That guy's probably named Brian.
Yeah.
You know?
With the vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got like a dog or something. No, but you're different, Brian. You're different.
No,
Yep.
I'm very, very, very much different. Yeah.
You're calling a radio show at 10:45, dude, on Sunday. You're definitely a little different. Well, hey, is this like case closed? Does this feel good?
Yep.
Okay.
Enjoy having sex with her. It's going to be amazing. She sounds amazing and communicative. I love it.
You know what doesn't sound amazing? Which I will just pipe in here, and I'll just give you my 2 cents real quick, Bri. Don't give her oral with a dental dam. I just think that'll be a terrible experience for
No,
everybody.
it's great.
What is he licking plastic?
It's great.
Is he licking
Well,
plastic?
It's like a thin condom.
Why are you avoiding the? Is he licking plastic?
No,
What's he doing?
silicone.
Okay, but it's kind of plastic. It's kind of plastic.
It's not.
That's
It's not.
tomato.
How
it's not
different
bad.
would it be if I went home tonight and I cut a Ziploc bag and I licked that a little
Very
bit?
different.
Would it?
Very different.
Really?
Also, you can. How about you buy her a vibrator?
Okay. Would you ever do that
Yeah.
to a woman, Brian? Now we're holding him on the line.
What, dental dam or buy a woman a vibrator?
Buy a woman a vibrator. Would you ever be that like bold?
Not before I have sex with her.
Yeah.
Well, after you can be like,
that's
"Hey,
a-
here's a
oh.
gift."
Dude, Dr. Tar,
After? Yeah.
Brian, Dr. Tar and I have worked together for like a month now, and she's already given us, me and producer Muggs, the guy who probably put you on the air, like, how many gifts have you given us? Like
Many.
sex gifts. A lot. Well, hey, Brian, we got to roll, do more Loveline, but dude, if you can call back in, I mean, you're right here in Culver City, you get KROQ, the station we air on, call back in, let us know how it went.
I will tell you, if it's middle of the road, I probably won't call. But if it's terrific or if it's a nightmare, I'll call back.
Yeah. If
Okay,
it's a good radio
okay.
story, please.
Okay.
Your loss is our gain.
Appreciate it.
See you, Brian.
Yes.
Awesome. You know what's funny about STDs? I wanted to tell this the whole time, but I didn't want to keep him on the line, and then he kept himself on the line, is that I once got into a fight with a doctor who was telling me I don't have an STD, and I was so sure that I had an STD. I actually, like, it got a little testy, and it wasn't like, they didn't ask me to leave, but it was really close to that point because I had slept with a girl, and I can't imagine it was unprotected, but maybe it was. And I never knew this girl before, but she seemed like a nice girl. And that was like the only person I had recently slept with. And I woke up one day and I felt the greatest pain in the world going to the bathroom. Number one.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. It got to a point, like, second day, I wouldn't drink water. I would avoid going to the bathroom until I had to. And then I would go into the shower and run the water boiling hot. Like boiling hot, have that hit my back so that pain outweighed the going number one pain.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Why
But
didn't you go see a doctor immediately when you felt pain?
because guys are stupid.
Yeah.
And then I was like embarrassed. And I think there was this element of, and maybe you can, if you're listening right now, you relate to this, where if you don't get something diagnosed, like, it's not there, but it's so obviously there. You know what I mean? And then you have this anxiety. And so anyways, I think it wound up being like a UTI or something.
Urinary tract infection.
I think, and they
Yeah.
gave me some antibiotic, and then,
Yeah.
but before they diagnosed me, I actually texted the girl, which is awkward because I met her one time, and I said, "Hey, like, I think you have, like, something," and she got so offended and was like, I think blocked me probably. But I like, would you? Is that rude? What I did?
Yeah.
How is that rude?
You can ask her instead of like, "Hey, I think you have something." It's like,
Oh,
"Hey,
that sounds
like,
accusatory?
yes,
Really?
yeah." Asking a question would be better, and also because you're talking about UTI, which is a very common, very very common STI. I want to mention that 1/3 of people have had UTI. So if anyone listening and watching, if you ever experience UTI, don't freak out. It is so easy to treat. You go see a doctor immediately, and it doesn't have to be a urologist or gynecologist. You can just go to urgent care, and they'll give you a set of antibiotics, and you literally feel immediately better. Do you remember feeling immediately better?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
There are very few things in life we complain about so much on a daily basis. I think about this all the time. But there's very few things where you look back and you remember it like years later going, that was terrible. Most things things you even like romanticize in hindsight. You know what I mean? Like that were terrible. You go, there was a guy that used to live in a tent outside of my apartment, and every night when we walked our dogs, we would like clutch the dogs and bring like, you know, mace, because this guy was, you know, he's pretty antagonistic, an unhoused gentleman. And then I noticed he wasn't there, and now I kind of miss the tent guy. And I remember, you remember when we had the tent guy? So I think we do that sometimes. But that was a moment in time where it was so painful and so awful that I remember it years later.
Oh, yeah.
was
Times
terrible.
like that, I am so grateful for Western medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if you have to like eat a leaf that will like help you in 3 days. Like,
Oh, no. Give me whatever's going to help me
Yeah.
immediately. Muggs, have you ever had an STD scare?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. One time there was a pimple,
Oh, I've had that.
and I freaked out, totally freaked out, but it ended up just being a pimple. And I think it was like an ingrown hair or something.
What do you mean?
happens
Well, I
a
mean,
lot.
did it go away?
Yeah. But
Oh.
like the initial like showing of it, I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Did you go get tested?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a similar story, but it ended very differently, Muggs.
What was that?
It was a grooming mistake. I had ingrown hair, like sort of like in my groin, more so than like anything on, reproductive organs. It sounds like his was on a reproductive organ, but it was sort of in like my groin area, and I had to get it zapped off.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I forgot to pay the bill. It wasn't even a big bill. I don't understand. And by the way, out here in California, I haven't lived here my whole life, but since I've lived here, I keep forgetting to pay these bills. Why can't you just pay them when you're there?
No, because they have to charge insurance first, and then the leftovers they charge you.
So anyways, this was like a $50 procedure, but then I kept getting voicemails of like they had the worst name for it, and they were like, hey, you still haven't paid for your like, you know, penis like lesion removal. And I would be like, you know, like a girl would be like, who was that? I'm like, nobody, honey, don't worry. It's for my penis lesion removal. Which is not even fair, because it wasn't even on the penis, by the way. But yeah, I mean, grooming, is that something that you think guys sort of overthink?
You
Because
should
you're-
groom.
Well, but we're idiots, and it sounds like both me and Muggs have injured ourselves grooming. Like, how important is grooming to you as a woman who sleeps with men?
Very important.
And you think that goes for most women?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So even if a guy's a dad bod, he should be well groomed down there.
Yes.
Now, how often do you think they're not well groomed? You think
What do
guys
you
are
mean?
gross, and like you think the average guy is well groomed?
I think so nowadays. Yeah, because nowadays there's so many tools that are made specifically. There are like balls. Can I say that?
I think so.
Okay, they're testicles.
Yes.
They're grooming tools just for hair on the testicles nowadays on the internet.
Don't you think that's a little extra? Like, don't you think that's
No,
like don't you think that's like a Silicon Valley bro
No.
who's doing a startup on Shark Tank, and he's like, Mark Cuban, you need this for
Yeah.
your, you know?
Mark Cuban definitely needs it. I heard
What does that
he's
mean?
hairy. I heard
Have
he's
you
hairy.
really heard that?
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah.
He's like Klein, who does the morning show here. He's like buddies with Mark Cuban. We're gonna ask him. Did you know that?
I have Mark Cuban's email.
Did you? Yeah,
Ask him
because
if
of
he's
Klein.
hairy.
Because of Klein.
No, because of me, man. I got my own connections.
Why do you wait? No, hold on. No, you can't just say that. Why do you have Mark Cuban's email?
I met him like 10 years ago.
and
at a-
he totally gave this guy a fake email.
No. I met him 10
What'd you-
years ago at
oh,
a Grammy Roundtable, and he's like, hey, if you ever have any ideas.
What?
Yeah, if you ever have any ideas, email me. I was like,
Why?
no.
Hold on.
It's
Why
like
were you at a
Cubano at
Grammy
AOL.
roundtable?
I used to go out and interview people at Grammy Roundtables.
Okay, so this was like an event, and you were interviewing. You
Cuban.
you just made that sound like you were asked by the Recording Academy to be on a Grammy
No,
roundtable.
I asked them to be on the Grammy
You
Roundtable.
totally did. This is what
I'm
happened.
saying-
He hounded them so he could do a bit for KROQ, and he probably bothered. Oh, I've seen this clip.
Yeah.
You pitch him an idea, and he gives you his email.
No, we totally were talking about something else, and then after the interview, he's like, hey, man, if you ever have any ideas, email me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you ever
wow.
email him?
No.
That's great. That's the initiative we know and we love about our producer Muggs. Have you really heard that though about that guy?
Yeah.
Really? Are there rumors?
He
Because
can
you're
call in to confirm.
no, but seriously, there's like you're in these like circles. Do you ever hear stuff?
I hear stuff all the time.
Really?
About
You even signed
so many
NDAs.
people. I didn't sign NDAs with them.
Not with Mark Cuban, but I won't say it on the air. I know who you signed some NDAs with.
That's okay.
That's pretty crazy.
All right.
Maybe we'll get that out of you eventually.
We'll move forward.
We have to take a break, luckily for you.
You have a small penis. Oh my God.
We will be back in Mugs. Is that right? We have a caller. That's what you just messaged me?
Yep.
Okay, this one sounds interesting. It's a female caller?
Female.
Okay, and Wet Dreams.
Wet dreams.
Wet Dreams?
Yeah.
All right, coming up next on Loveline. Yeah. How are you? Hour number 2 of Loveline. Sorry, getting a little distracted. Dr. Tara's taking selfies? Was that what that was?
Always.
All right. It is Kevan Kenney, Dr. Tara, Beer Mug, the producer, somewhere, and we have a caller. I'm kind of confused. And I also don't know if Beer Mug wrote this right, because it says it's a woman named Sarah from Glendale, but it's about wet dreams.
Oh.
Which I thought was I thought it was a dude thing, but let's see if we can get Sarah from Glendale on the line. Let's see this real quick. Sarah!
Hi.
There you are. Sarah from Glendale. Do we have that correct?
Yes.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for calling in. And I mean this with all due respect. Do I have this correctly, that this is a call about wet dreams?
Yes. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I also thought that this was kind of only a dude thing, so it's a little embarrassing on my part, to be honest. But I grew up with brothers, and I remember from health class it also being mostly a guy thing. So I'm not really sure, why it's happening to me. Is it normal, or, is it problematic? I don't know. I'm kind of confused. It's not necessarily, causing any problems, per se, but I think it's more I'm just confused if it's, normal for me or for women to also experience this.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely normal.
Really?
It's not just a male thing. Women can also have wet dreams, which, by the way, we call it nocturnal emissions.
Right. I started a band, and I'm not even making this up. I started a music thing in high school with a buddy of mine that I don't want to name because now he's got a real a good job. But we were nocturnal mission. So I'm definitely familiar with that. But it sounds like Sarah here. How long have they been going on?
I would say maybe a month or two. I think it's more of a recent thing, and I kind of was a little bit caught off guard by it, if I'm being totally honest. And I was just I feel like I've never heard any of my female friends or anything like that talk about it. So I've only ever heard men talk about it, which is why I was kind of what's happening to me?
Is that something you think, Dr. Tara, where men are just kind of gross, they talk about stuff like that, and maybe that's not something that women would talk to each other about necessarily?
Exactly. On point, Kevin. Yeah, I think that all men and women experience nocturnal emissions at some point in their lives, and we have statistics that show about 80 to 93% of people experience it at some point in their lives.
I don't know if I ever experienced it.
I have had many. Oh, what?
Yeah, I feel a little cheated because it sounded kind of
so
awesome.
Fun.
But then it never happened, during puberty there.
What?
Yeah. Well, wait, did you ever have this earlier in your life? Well, Sarah, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 22.
That's kind of young, right?
Yeah.
People can still be going through puberty, right? Like the late puberty at 22? I think so.
No.
I think they might.
Well, but there can be a lot of sexual desires. Sarah, have you been experiencing high sexual desires?
Yes, I actually just recently got into a relationship, and so I think my sex drive has also increased from that, and I've obviously just started dating this guy, so I'm very into him, so I didn't know if that could be causing it too.
Is it kind of my dogs dream a lot, and they'll kind of growl in their dreams, and their legs will move, and you can kind of tell what they're doing.
Yeah.
If Sarah is dreaming about hooking up with her new buddy, would she then become aroused? How do you say that on the radio? Hey, Muggs, how do you say that on the radio?
Aroused?
No, you know what I mean, the female arousement. Can you say that or no?
Female?
Lubricated?
Yeah. You can say that. Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
So if Sarah were dreaming, would she be about that? Would her body then produce lubrication?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that why guys wake up a lot of the time aroused, physically aroused? Are they pervs and they're having pervy dreams?
It could be. It could be pervy dreams, or it could just be blood flow during your sleep. Especially if you're a nose breather, there is a direct pathway from the nose, the inside the nose, down to the genital. So if you're a nose breather throughout your sleep, you can
Really?
Yeah, if you're a mouth breather, you might have erectile dysfunction.
Really? Because that's all the rage right now on social. People selling that mouth tape.
Yeah, that can help too. If you're a mouth breather when you sleep, then that can help too. Yeah, but
So, yeah, it's
breathing through your nose is so important for sexual health.
Do you know if it's true if it actually affects your jawline? Because that's how they're selling this to kids. You're nodding right now for those that can't see. If you breathe through your mouth, it'll actually kind of mess up, may give you a less attractive jawline.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I highly recommend everybody read this book called Breath because it is the most extensive book that is readable. It's very accessible. It's fun to read, but it's all about the breath from history of it to now to the science to the psychology, everything about breath. It is fascinating.
Have you ever read a book about breasts? No? There's definitely a book out there about breasts. If you go to Amazon right now, I guarantee you can get a book about that. Anyways, Sarah, are you still on the line?
Yes, I am.
So, I guess, Dr. Tar, is there an issue here necessarily?
No issue and nothing to be ashamed of, Sarah. I've had many of them. Just enjoy them, bask in them. It's amazing.
You can't. But why is it amazing?
Because when you wake up, it's so euphoric. Unless you immediately feel ashamed that it's not euphoric. But if you accept it and it's empowering, then it's very euphoric.
Whoa, wait. I'm going to sound so stupid. If you are lubricated, does that also mean that you're in a good mood?
Yeah.
Or could this have happened while you were asleep and now you're kind of waking up to the after party? People are leaving.
No. You get that euphoric feeling after when you have an orgasm.
Really?
Yeah.
Sarah, can you attest to that? Is that how you feel waking up?
Yes, and that's why I was I was hoping it wasn't problematic, but I was, still wanted to check in.
That's so interesting. See,
Not problematic.
I always saw wet dreams as I hate getting massages because you pay $100 for the massage, right? And you just immediately fall asleep. And then you wake up and it's over and they're kind of hi, sir. Can you, and I'm I don't even know if they massaged me. I was asleep. So I feel like wet dreams would kind of be the same thing, no?
No, but then after your massage, don't you feel relaxed?
Yeah, but I'm also just real mad.
Rubbed.
I feel like I wasted $100 because I was asleep the whole time.
No, that's the psychology of it.
Yeah.
I've had wet dreams, but I haven't ejaculated.
Hey, can you make
You
a
should
drop of
clip
that?
that part.
Can you make a drop of that, buddy? Hey, I've had wet dreams. This is how he makes conversation,
That's his
by
segment.
the way.
Yeah.
Do you still have wet dreams, Muggs?
No, but when I did, I just never. I didn't wake up in fluid. I guess.
What do you mean?
There was no ejaculation in my wet dreams.
So then is that just a dream?
Just a pervy dream.
Wait, doctor, no, seriously. If there's no ejaculate, then it's not a wet dream.
Well, if you go by thinking about sex during your sleep, you can have an orgasm without ejaculate.
How does a man have an orgasm without that?
You can. It's
How?
a feeling. It's a feeling. It's like an orgasmic feeling. A lot of people that are really good at tantric sex. Have you heard of tantric sex?
Yeah, like weirdos.
No. Kevin, take that back. That's terrible.
I'm kidding.
It's enlightened people.
I feel like people that have tantric sex have a nose ring that connects a wallet chain to their earring.
No, Sting has tantric sex.
He looks like a guy that would have tantric sex.
Does he?
Yeah, are you kidding me? You ever listen to
Sting look
Sting's
like?
music?
What does Sting
He just
look
looks like a really fit old guy. Those guys kind of creep me out, honestly. If you're that fit and you're 70, what's going on?
I'm into fit old guys.
Yeah, I get, because I bet you see guys like Sting at these parties you go to, and I bet they're into tantric sex.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm about it. Yeah.
Fields of Gold. You ever listen to that Sting song?
No.
That just sounds like a guy that has tantric sex. Plus, when you're that successful and you're that old and you've been that successful for that long, you need to spice your life up some way, and you probably get into weird stuff like tantric sex.
Stop saying weird.
Well, I don't know. Weird's great. I know
what you're thinking.
Wow, that was a great clip.
No, but in Sarah's case here,
wet dreams are great.
Just keep going.
Yeah, it's empowering. It's great. Own it.
I don't think you should be giving Muggs credit though for the wet dreams. He's just having dreams.
He
wants
sex
credit
dreams.
for all this stuff. No, if you notice this guy, Muggs, he wants credit for all this stuff. And he wants credit now for wet dreams because he wants to be a part of the segment, because he wants to be on the air. And so he's saying he's had wet dreams. And I challenged him, if you notice, and I said, well, was there ejaculate? And he said, no. So you're just having dreams. But hey, Muggs, do you ever wake up aroused?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time, right? Same. So my thing is, what is that purpose? Like, what is the utility of that in men? Is that like an evolutionary thing where like they just like they want you to, if you're awake, they want you to procreate?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, it's all about spreading your seed and making sure that our species move forward, right? Evolve.
But why are you why are men so reliably aroused in the morning?
Not all men. You would be surprised. I actually know a lot of men that don't, and they ask me if that's normal, if it's okay. And it's okay. Like, you don't need to get a,
Do men
a
ask you
huge
that?
erection.
Men don't ask you if that's okay. It's awesome.
Oh.
It's so Muggs, is it not awesome?
So awesome.
It's so
To
awesome.
get an erection in the morning?
Yeah, you're right here. You're like, dude, let's go. Like, it's like, you know what it's like?
Is it
This is what it's like.
confidence?
If you're listening to the KROQ right now, or you're listening to the podcast, and you ever lived on the East Coast and you were a sports fan, I will describe exactly what it's like, okay? It's like when you move out here and the NFL games start at 10 a.m. and you wake up and there's an NFL game on, that's what it's like. That's what it's like. It's like waking up and you're like, the game already started?
Don't know what that means.
This is great. And then you get to surprise who's ever next to you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or maybe Muggs he's probably by himself. And really?
He's
really?
finding sound bites.
Sarah, are you still on the line?
Yes, I am.
Any final thoughts for Sarah?
Shift your perspective. It is empowering. It is fun. It's great. Enjoy it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That was great. Hey, Sarah, thanks for calling in Loveline.
Thank you for having me.
See ya. Do you think she, one of these people that call in and they're like, hey, Muggs, is she still on hold there? Did I mess that up?
Yeah, you dropped her.
Yeah, I wanted to hang up, but it's whatever. Anyways.
How have you never had a wet dream, though?
I don't think I did. What do you mean like that? You're so puzzled. Like do I just give that vibe?
It's weird. Like most people, like 93%. You're at 7%?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I remember really waiting for it.
During puberty, you didn't get one?
No, the puberty story I remember is the first time that I ever masturbated. Can I talk about that on the air?
Yeah, but be careful.
No, I'll be careful. No. Okay, so the first time I ever masturbated, I planned it out, right? And this was probably like 2004. And so I've been hearing about it, been hearing good things, and I was like, I want to try it out. I don't really know how it works. So I printed out 2 images from, I think it was Alta Vista back in the day. It was like I don't know why I didn't use Google. I used Alta Vista, and you can look this up. It was like an old search engine. Anyways, at least I didn't go to Mr. Jeeves. I didn't ask Jeeves.
What's that?
You don't remember Ask Jeeves?
No.
Man, Jeeves had a lock on the internet. If he was the original Siri, honestly,
Really?
or Alexa, and I apologize if I just sent yours going, because when you say that, it goes. But Jeeves was amazing, and Jeeves was this guy. Ask Jeeves. You could ask Jeeves anything, but he was like a butler, you know?
Oh.
He was kind of like, he's like a butler. So I didn't go to him, but anyways, I printed out 2 explicit images that I won't describe, that were to my liking. And I remember it was so nerve-wracking printing out the images because you remember those printers back in the day, they'd be like, So first off, it's loud. And the computer room was right next to my grandparents' room, and they didn't even want me in there past like 9 p.m., but I was definitely past 9 p.m., and it started going, when you would print out an image back in the day, it would go like one by one, like so it would like kind of like vertically reveal what it was, you know? Yeah, exactly. And so I printed these out, and then I was like determined I wanted to... That's exactly what,
Wow.
No, now I'm getting aroused. Don't do this.
Muggs is working hard tonight.
So I had this whole plan. I had the images. I put them under my mattress because I figured, like, okay, I went to bed and I was like, no one's going to find them underneath my mattress. And so I was determined to masturbate for the first time before school so I would have stuff to talk about at lunch. Like, hey, guys, I did it, you know? So I went in the bathroom at my house and I did it. And when it was over, it took so much out of me that I felt so sick and so exhausted for the first time ever that I had to call out from school. And I was sick that day in school.
Oh,
Yeah.
the sad music.
It was sad. I
It's
felt
so
very
sad.
alone in that moment. And all I had left were these 2 pieces of paper that I had printed out.
Did you use like lotion or Vaseline or
Yeah,
dry?
I probably did. I probably used like whatever was in the bathroom.
Young guys are so funny.
What do you mean?
Like I've asked
That whole story?
Like I've just asked guys before. Well, yes.
What would make you say that?
Well, there's just there's like this thing about like, oh, I have to like do this before I get to a certain age, and like I gotta tell my friends.
Well, that's in my generation. You know what made us all weird like that was American Pie.
Oh yeah,
American Pie was like, oh, this is this goal.
Yeah,
you know, you have to do this by graduation. I don't know, maybe.
And you're a loser if you don't have sex.
Yeah, I remember being real embarrassed one time in high school because I've talked on Loveline. I didn't lose my virginity until college, and I remember saying, "Man, is there anything better?" I was like hanging out with my buddies, like, "Man, is there anything better than just like making out?" And everyone just kind of looked at each other because they had sex, and they just
Like,
laughed at me.
vagina.
Oh yeah, totally. But do you remember the first time you ever masturbated?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you print anything out?
yeah.
Really? What'd you print out? But be nice about it. Was it a picture of a gorilla?
No, that was later.
Ooga jaga, ooga ooga.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I actually did it accidentally when I was 11.
Yeah, girls always have these accidental stories. I'll be honest, they kind of make me feel icky.
No, so I grew up in Bangkok, right? And in Thailand, we have I was gonna say libido bidet.
Yeah.
You know, have
Yeah,
you
I know
ever
about
used
bidets.
a bidet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like where?
Where on my body have I
No,
used it? Or like where
in
was I?
America?
Yeah. Like, because that's people do that now.
Yeah. Okay.
People
so,
even in the suburbs do that.
really? Huh,
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never been to an American household with a bidet, but I highly
Hanging out with
recommend.
the wrong people. Hanging out with Sting, dude.
Oh yeah, he probably uses it for his butt.
Yeah,
But,
he definitely does.
Yeah, I was just using the bidet, and then all of a sudden, I like had an orgasm. That's all.
Really?
That was my first time, quote
And,
unquote, masturbating.
and you knew it was that. You knew it was that.
Yeah.
Muggs, you remember your first time?
Using a bidet?
No, masturbating.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Oh, is it that bad?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Was it
What
like?
the-
Were you like?
What?
Why did you print out a picture of your like mom's friend?
Yeah, what is that about? Muggs doesn't want to talk about that.
He doesn't want to talk about anything tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think a lot of the sex dreams that I have, I find I like. Well, this is a lot of dreams. I like get in trouble, like something bad happens, and I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this, and it's like out of my control, and I'm in this situation, and I'm like, oh, how do I get out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, what is that about?
Like you being afraid?
Well, like, is there any sort of sexual, I don't know, health you can deduce from that, or issues of like?
Tell me more. The context. Like,
well,
what do
just
you
like,
dream about?
I don't know. Like, I'll be being intimate, maybe, or like maybe I'll be like watching like two people be intimate or something. But then I'm like, dude, I shouldn't be like here. Like, what the hell, you know? And then you know, I don't know. I wake up.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I can deduce to that is like probably experiencing anxiety from doing something that you're not supposed to do. And even if it's in your dream, like you still have your like guilty conscience that you can experience in your dreams too.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, but what is that? That also kind of goes for real life too, where people like to have sex in places where they could get caught. What's that about?
Oh, I'm a big fan.
What is that?
Well, exhibition. You know, exhibition is a kink, and like a lot of people enjoy it. And I would say the psychology behind it is like doing something so taboo and like outside the box, so that you feel like you're liberated and you're not trapped in the vanilla traditional sex scheme.
And is that across gender and orientation? You think that's shared?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've met all kinds of people that love outdoor sex and sex in public and places that they could get caught. But of course, the key is to not get caught.
What's like where are some crazy places that you've had sex in public?
My favorite place is behind a bush on the Griffith hike with the Hollywood sign in the back.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Why, you take your dogs there?
Oh, I used to live kind of near there.
Oh, yeah. It's like, there's a specific bush. And it's so interesting because I'll see like kind of watery thing on the ground. And I'm like, ooh, did other people have the same idea? Is this like a sex area that I use and other people use?
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I actually had a sex in a public place, Kevin.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was at the beach
Oh.
in the water.
In the water?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
Oh, that sounds terrible.
it was terrible. It wasn't. It was very non-enjoyable, and I'll never do it again. But I did, and it was in middle, probably like 3 in the afternoon.
Oh,
on a tropical beach. Yeah.
wow. 3 in the afternoon?
Yep.
Did you not get caught?
Not one bit. We're like it was.
Was there just nobody?
There was nobody like directly immediately around us. So yeah.
Did you get a UTI?
No, everything was fine. I mean, I made sure to take a shower right after because I was in the ocean. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it.
I am not a big fan of sex in the ocean or in the water or in the bathtub or in a hot tub. It's so bad because water is actually like friction. Water is
Right.
not slippery. Like it's not the same as using lubricant or the natural like vaginal lubricant.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't feel as good either.
No. Yeah, it's a lot of friction. Where else have you had sex outdoors?
I think that was about it. Yeah.
That's it? Just the ocean?
Just the ocean.
Was it your idea or hers, Muggs?
It was like a mutual thing. It spur of the moment thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if what is that about me where I can't really do that spur of the moment stuff?
Well,
It's like a control thing, probably,
yeah,
right?
you have OCD. We have
I don't know if I have
established this.
OCD.
We have
I love
established
that you
that
just diagnosed me with OCD and you're willing to say that he's had wet dreams without ejaculate. That's very funny. No, I just think I don't know. I don't. There's nothing appealing to me about like spur of the moment, and I think I have this fear of like not getting in trouble, but just like I don't know. Like I would not be into the idea of getting caught.
Well, obviously, like no one wants to get caught. It's illegal.
Right, but part
But
of the
that's
appeal
the
is
idea.
okay.
Yeah, and you don't have that. Like you don't. Do you have you ever tried Mux? You too. Have you ever tried even just sex in the car?
Yeah, because sex in a car, I've tried it. I'm too big. Not like like overall.
The penis? Or?
No, I'm like I'm just unless it's like a Suburban that we could like lay down in the back.
That
Oh,
is
like a van, like Pimp My Ride.
Something, yeah. It can't be like just like a regular sedan. The sedan is not enough room. I can't get comfortable.
That is a good point. I've always wondered how car sex works.
Yeah,
You've never had it?
No, because I kind of have
What?
this. Muggs and I are around the same height and stuff, and like I feel like the same thing with me.
That's ridiculous.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you like? What? Give us some like positions.
So you would find a place to park that is like, not in the middle of the Walmart parking lot. Like you want to park somewhere conspicuous. Then, if it's cold out, turn the seat heater on. It's really a nice touch. Then you would move away from the driver's seat. If it's a heterosexual couple, the guy would lay down on the passenger seat and then like push the seat all the way back and then all the way down. And then the woman would then sit on him and ride his penis.
But then she's got to get out of the car first, right? Like you make it sound so smooth, but how am I?
Careful with that, Tara. You can't. It's all right. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
How would I get over to the passenger side? I don't understand that. Without her getting out of the car. That's what I'm saying. So it's like not smooth. It's not like an enjoyable, like erotic, romantic thing. It's like
It's so erotic.
you get out. And
It's
then,
so
all right, I'm good.
erotic.
Oh yeah, no, I'm okay. Yeah. No, seriously.
It's super erotic. It's like, ooh, like can't wait to have sex with you. Like ran over the other side, get in, take my pants off. It's very erotic.
Well, my thing too is like I'm not into any of that public stuff. Like I've been asked a couple different times of like, let's buy me vibrating panties, and then we'll be out in public and you can like up them and whatever, And I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't interest me whatsoever.
See, that'd be cool. Yeah.
You'd be into that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be into that too. I think Kevin just doesn't like it because he doesn't like production, as we have established since episode 1.
I mean, it's easy though, Kevin. All you have just like a remote in your hand, and that's all it is.
yeah, but he doesn't like production. He doesn't want to start like going to the store to buy one.
Yeah, but my thing is like, so why is that? Why do you like that, Muggs?
That's kind of cool.
You can't. Okay, can you expand on that?
Yeah, because you're in control, and like she wants to have fun this way, and she's leaving it up to you, so you have total control of that device, I guess.
Huh?
It's like a dom sub play. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's great to like add spice to your relationship. Anyone listening and watching, if you've been in a long-term relationship, like it's time to spice it up. It's time to put in the effort.
If you can, if you're listening right now live on KROQ or the podcast, you can go back to a previous episode where we found out Dr. Tara was in a dom-sub relationship, and this guy was like putting her to work, like, you know, filing LLCs and stuff like that in Delaware. And one of the things that that he had her do was crawl around like a Ralph's. And so, were you wearing vibrating panties when you were doing that?
No, but I was not wearing any panties.
Oh, really? Was that part of it?
Yeah.
Can I actually? I want to ask you a question that that just popped into my head. Your husband obviously listens to the show.
Yes.
What are your tips on like a relationship where for a partner to be comfortable hearing you? Because a lot of people are jealous, so they'll hear you talk about this thing that happened to you or you did with someone else, and of course you're in a an unorthodox relationship or non-traditional relationship. But do you have any tips on that for people that might be the jealous type?
Yeah, I would say two things. One, like consume other sex positive content, right? Like reading sex books, listening to sex podcasts, like becoming more sexually
But they're not going to do that. Most people aren't going to do that.
Most people do.
I'm just
Most
saying
people in
the
my
average,
circle.
Well, of course, though. But like the average Jane or Joe.
Okay, I would say work on yourself because the jealousy comes from totally self-insecurity. Like it's all about you because this is all about the past. Why you're jealous about things that had happened in the past? That makes no logical sense. So I think working on yourself and increasing your own self-esteem and reducing your own insecurity would be best.
Okay, that's pretty.
Go do that.
Yeah, go do that. All right. Well, Muggs, we got any callers coming up?
No, not right now.
Not right now. All right. 1-833-LOVE-191. We'll be back with more Loveline after this. Kevan Kenney, Dr. Tara.
Hey, hey.
Producer Muggs is here as well, and you could be as well. You just got to dial us up. 1-833-LOVE-191. We wish you a happy new year to start the show, and I meant that from the bottom of my heart. It's great to do this in 2025 with you, Dr. Tara and Muggs, and of course you listening. But it is like a little underwhelming. It's a little underwhelming start to the new year. And there's so many things we haven't gotten yet when you think about it that we were sort of promised as children, flying cars. I don't think we'll ever get flying cars. You think we'll ever get flying cars, Muggs?
Yeah, I think eventually.
No.
Look at Teslas. They're auto-driving already, right?
Yeah, but they're never going to I think they'll ever elevate
That'd
cars.
be sick.
Have you been into Waymo?
I haven't been in a Waymo. Have you?
Yeah.
Have you been in a driver?
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, what prevents you? A serious question. What prevents you? I see him driving around LA all the time. What prevents you from stealing the car?
The Waymo car?
Yeah. There's nobody driving it.
Cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna find out who
Well,
are.
you would get in a lot of trouble. Is there a law for that?
No.
Like, what law would that be? Like, I guess it's just Grand Theft Auto, right?
Somebody
I'm
tried
thinking about this.
Somebody tried to steal one the other day.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And they
Was
got
it
caught.
like a 6'2", like guy with glasses in the valley with a beard?
Why would
First
I
name
wanna
Jonathan.
steal? Why would I don't need a Waymo.
But we haven't gotten flying cars. I just read online that George Jetson would be 2 years old now. That's just depressing to think about.
He's actually going to be 3, Kevin.
He's going to be 3 this year?
Yeah, he was born in 2022.
Why? You really knew that?
Yep.
He was saying some weird stuff this week about Rosie. Do you remember Rosie from that show?
Yeah, Rosie the Robot.
I was talking to him about some robot stuff, and he started talking about robots and Rosie from the Jetsons, and he was being a little weird about it.
Alroy!
But the biggest thing I think that I find very underwhelming is have you been following this? This is like one of the biggest memes, I guess you could call it, on the internet this week. It's this old post that is from 2016, Dr. Tara, that claims that women will be having more sex with robots than men by the year 2025. So this was something that was originally published in 2016 by The Sun. It made the predictions for 2025. And of course, that's not the world we're living in. But what if we did live in that world? What do you think?
That makes sense because they can find the clitoris.
Really? Really? Do you think there's a world, though, in all seriousness, where this is going to become like the norm?
It could be, but that scares me.
Why does it scare you?
Human connection is very important. And sexual connection with another human is very important.
Well, isn't Elon Musk trying to say that like we're all going to have robots one day? Like we're all going to have our Rosie?
They already have robots. Have you seen them?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Kim Kardashian has one.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. But in that, like, that's going to be like everyone's going to have that. Like instead of a nanny, you will have a robot in your home.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
So okay, but I'm trying to. Okay, so you find this scary. Oh, you're down for the nanny.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're down for the nanny, but you're not down for having sex with the nanny robot.
Well,
Somebody's gonna do that. I mean,
is
they're already
the nanny
doing.
robot hot?
Well, this is what I'm saying, though. I mean, look, I'm very confused at the status, basically, of the sex robot world. Because Muggs was telling me, and he was pretty passionate about it, that they already exist.
Well, yeah, there's
yeah.
Realistic love dolls, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why do they call them love dolls? That's not what you do with them. You don't, love them.
Some people do. There's a guy, if you Google it, that got married to his sex robot.
Who would have ordained
But people
that?
get married to so many things. Like there's a guy that got married to his box, like a box.
That's crazy.
But don't say that.
Well, no, but in this article, it says an unearthed article from 2016 has gone viral, claiming that by 2025, women will be having more sex with robots than people. The article, originally published in 2016, claimed robot sex will be more common than human intercourse by 2050.
Yes.
And what do you think about that?
I doubt it.
Really?
I doubt it.
I don't. And I'll tell you why. I think we're just moving so aggressively towards a VR world. And it starts with filters. People don't even look like they look. They don't even care. I mean, it's so crazy now on social media where you'll meet people, you go, that's not at all what you look like. So we're already there where we will present ourselves as other people, right? Other versions of kind of what we are. And then now it's you watch kids with Fortnite skins, how important that is, and sort of this, and then the metaverse is already a thing. And I think that's probably going to just permeate into every sector of society. And eventually it's you'll just customize the way that we maybe as kids in the 90s or 2000s, we customized our bedrooms. I think eventually you'll just customize your whole life and you'll live in your world and you'll have your sex robot that does everything that you want it to do, acts exactly how you want it to act, and looks exactly how you want it to look. Because I think men are going to develop a taste for that because of just the rampant access to pornography, basically.
That's already here.
No, I know, but I'm saying follow that long tail. If you follow the long tail of some of these interesting trends in pop culture right now, I think it leads to that.
Yeah. I mean, have you heard of Harmony? The sex robot, the AI sex robot.
Oh, I thought you wanted me and Muggs to harmonize for a second.
You can.
I've heard of Fifth Harmony. What else? Who's Harmony?
Harmony is an AI sex robot and has been here now 8 years or almost maybe 10 years, 8 to 10 years, and has been getting better and better. And Harmony has a personality that you can set. How
much is Harmony?
I don't remember. I think at least 10,000.
Can it walk around?
Yeah, you
Really?
can customize the personality. That's what I feel the most interesting is if you want a girlfriend to be a little bit jealous, you can customize that. Someone chill, a cool girl, you can do that. You can customize her to be more like a sub or a dom. She can be anything, do anything, sound different, has different accents. The video that I saw, she had a Scottish accent. You can have any hair, any eye color, everything, every single thing on her body and her personality and the programming and the software is customized.
But I don't see that as being I think most people would hear you describe that and they're gross, weird, whatever, right? But how is that different than what the filters are on the dating apps now? Where you can just be I want someone this tall, I want someone this old, I want someone that looks like this, I want someone that's looking for this. I just think if you follow that long tail of customization and curation, personal curation, right? And you look at iPad kids that are just they're just going to get everything they want all the time. We were at a restaurant recently. What's that restaurant? Well, maybe we shouldn't. Should we say the name of the restaurant? It was a really great restaurant. Do you remember the restaurant I texted you from?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Say it or no?
Say it, yeah.
I forget the name.
Say it.
Kings?
Kings got sushi.
Yeah, so it's great. They do burgers, they do sushi. Great place. No, it's really...
It's a hidden gem.
Burgers
it's really,
and sushi?
No, it's really good.
Yeah, exactly. That's your initial reaction, but once you go, it's like a hidden gem. It's
I have to go try.
There's been write-ups about this place.
It's really good. Anyways, I was alarmed that I saw a child, and he walked in with his family, and he was just glued to the iPad. Didn't even look up. Bumped into some stuff, right? And you follow those kids. Those kids are going to grow up. And they're going to customize everything about their lives. And then a lot of those kids are probably going to get sex robots. I think.
That is a fair estimation. Because
you know what I mean?
Even now, statistics show that there's about 56,000 sex robots sold per year.
In America or globally?
In America.
Really?
So if you calculate 56,000 every single year, then yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we can see that. It's a $200 million industry.
What about flying sex robots?
He is unbelievable.
This reminds me of Rick and Morty, like having
I
sex
know.
with the ship, you know?
No. It goes on to say here, this is a futurologist. Do you guys know any futurologists? You guys grow up with anybody whose dads were futurologists? Dr. Ian Pearson. He just got the joke. A lot of people, he says, this doctor, a lot of people will still have reservations about sex with robots at first, but gradually, as they get used to them and as the artificial intelligence and mechanical behavior and their feel improves and they start to become friends with strong emotional bonds, that squeamishness will gradually evaporate. How do you feel about that, our doctor, Tara?
I can see that happening, because the human-robot interaction will slowly become the norm, right? Like Elon Musk said, like once we have those like nanny robots, and then we'll have, the truck driver robots, and then we'll have there's going to be more and more robots in different roles in the world, and why not sex robot? I think it's like everything in moderation, right? It's like anything in life, like do it in moderation.
So you say like can you imagine a world where like you have your partner and then you guys have a sex robot?
Oh, 100%.
Would you do that?
100%. The sooner they have like kind of how would I say it, like a more real feel, I would definitely procure one. Because then you can have a threesome.
Well, how different is a sex robot than like what there are those sex toys where there's a there's like male genitalia, and then there's like a
mount?
abdomen. Yeah, there's like an abdomen.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not that far from that, right?
Well, it's not speaking.
Oh, that
It's a
is the
piece
big
of plastic,
difference. Is like
yeah.
once people start like connecting with it. Interesting.
Yeah, dirty
Interesting.
talk.
Have you ever done those abdomen ones? I feel like, can I be honest? I feel like you have. Do you not want to say that? Why do you hesitate? Why do you hesitate saying if you've done that or not?
I have.
Why are you embarrassed about that?
I'm not embarrassed.
Why are you? Well, what? There must
I'm
be
just-
something.
I'm just surprised that you said that I look like someone that have done it.
Why? You don't think you do?
No,
What do you mean?
I look like an innocent Asian woman.
No, but you're so sex positive, and it seems like I don't know. Maybe I know
have.
you more than the listener does.
I have tried it because it was gifted to me by a brand.
Oh,
So I had to like use it before I review it, right? Like if I don't use it, then it's just a fake review.
You could just take a picture with it. Isn't that what we most of us do when we get
No,
sent stuff?
I ended up throwing it away. I can go get it though if Mux wants it.
There's some garbage man, dude, in like
Yeah.
in the greater Los Angeles area that was like, what is this?
Oh, my trash can is full of things.
I bet it's crazy. You actually gave us some gifts. What did you give Muggs?
I got condoms.
Okay, were they special condoms or?
Yeah.
They
Really?
look pretty special.
What are special about them? They're like extra small or?
See, because. Well, how are they special, Tara?
You had to play that clip.
Oh,
You missed it.
hold on. Here we go.
You have a small penis.
He loves that.
It's graphene. It has a skin feel technology.
Graphene. That's what they like wax your car with,
It's
right?
I don't know. I don't do car stuff.
Oh,
Wait, so what does it do? What is the benefit of the condom? Do you want to
has
shout
a
them out or
skin-
no?
It has a skin feel. Yeah.
Okay,
I
shout 'em
love
out.
them as One Condoms. They're from One Condoms. They're great. It's a skin feel technology. Like it's very inventive. If you look through Mugs, the list of things,
yeah.
then it transfers the warmth.
Oh.
So the warmth that your erection gives off to the woman.
So it's like the closest thing, like
To
you can
nothing.
get not wearing a condom.
Yeah, it's
while
like
a
wearing
condom.
nothing at all.
Wow.
And then you gave me a candle, and this is the funniest thing. She said she gave me a candle, and actually I already got a candle for Christmas. I do love candles.
Not the same. This is
No,
a
you
sex
said
candle.
you said it was a sex candle, and I go, well, what am I supposed to like light this? Like, is it like a pheromones thing? Like, what is this? And no, explain to the folks at home that might be interested in a sex candle.
So it's a sexual massage candle. What you do is you light it and you wait for a little bit, and then once it has like enough liquid, then you pour it into your hand, and it won't be hot because it's for sex. Then you rub it in your hands, and then you rub it on each other. You can rub it on her breasts, the nipples. Like she can
Careful,
use it.
careful.
Oh, can I say body parts?
Yeah, but
You can rub it on testicles.
no.
All right,
Okay.
don't do that. Why? That's pretty crazy, though. I mean,
You
that's
can
pretty
just use
crazy.
it on different body parts.
Yeah.
But it's a candle whose wax doesn't get hot. That's kind of interesting.
It's for sex. It was made for sex. So
Oh,
try
really?
it. Yeah.
But that
Try it and
can't be
report
like
back.
how that wax was invented. That wax was probably invented with like some sort of purpose, and then like perverts like you made it that.
Did you use the other gift that I gave you a couple weeks ago?
No, you gave me like an egg I can make love to.
No, I gave you didn't I give you a vibrator?
No, I haven't used that.
Oh.
I have not used that. Mugs, have you used yours gift?
I have not. I have not yet. I'm waiting for a very special evening.
He has it in the
By
car.
myself.
Mugs,
Yeah,
do you,
it's still in my car.
that's gross.
I haven't used it.
Mugs, do you have any questions for Dr. Tara?
How do I use that thing that you gave me?
After you just told her not to talk about this on the air.
Masturbation cup?
Yeah, no. I think I know how to use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put it in.
Okay. Good. I think we're clear.
So you remember that bar that Muggs goes to that's like it's just kind of like the root
In
of all
the
his
valley,
problems?
yeah. Where he's like very popular at.
Yeah.
He's like Mr. Popular.
Yeah. So I asked him to go there
Oh.
and to find out, like, is that a place where everyone gets lucky or if it's just Muggs?
Ooh.
And so Muggs set this up for us.
So yeah, I went out and interviewed the people, the patrons as they're called, to see if they got lucky at that bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all the setup this needs?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is.
Let's hear it.
Okay. This is the first. You're basically interviewing people.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here with
Joseph.
Joseph. Have you ever gotten lucky at this bar?
No, it's a shithole.
Okay. So is he insinuating this guy that he needs like a fancy bar to get laid? Because this guy sounds like a dirtbag.
No, I mean, I think he was just saying he prefers not to try to get lucky at that bar because there's not really a lot of prospective people there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see what Joe has to say.
Why do you keep coming back then?
Drinks are cheap.
Fair enough.
What tells me that that's what Muggs is there too?
It's such a simple man.
Yeah.
Drinks is cheap.
Do you plan on getting lucky at this bar ever?
Every time I come.
So he
Simple
tries.
man.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly.
that's the worst joke ever.
With a K.
Have you ever gotten lucky at a bar, Joseph?
Yes, but it's not stories I would like to tell.
Wait a minute. What did he just say to you? Hold on.
With a K.
What is that?
It was a joke. He was making a joke.
Is he offering you drugs?
No.
You can't say it on the air. What the joke was?
No, I can't say that. That's why I bleeped it.
All right.
Oh.
Have you ever gotten lucky at a bar, Joseph?
Yes, but it's not stories I would like to tell.
Come on, it's Loveline. Please do tell.
Muggs just bothering people.
Does Loveline know about barflies?
Do you know about barflies?
No.
I know about. There's a movie back in the day with Mickey Rourke, I think, and Faye Dunaway called Barfly or Barflies. It's an LA-based movie. But Muggs, explain Barfly.
Well, I haven't seen the movie, but he was referring to like the not so attractive regulars. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I don't think he was referencing the movie.
No.
Yeah, they're usually the ones that you need a couple drinks to take home.
Oh, grenades?
Yeah, it's a grenade.
Oh God.
What a nice guy. Is there like a female equivalent of that?
I don't like this. This sounds misogynistic.
No, it definitely is. It is beyond that. But I'm saying like this whole like male construct of like grenades or
Yeah.
that it's a Jersey Shore reference. You can look it up. We're not going to explain it here. But is there is there anything like that with women?
Just like he's ugly.
Okay.
I wish a homie would jump on it for me, but I have to take it.
Sounds like Steve-O. All right, we got another
Steve-O?
one.
I'm here with.
I'm here.
You come to
What is that guy's name?
Amir.
this bar often, Amir?
Yeah, I come here often.
And have you ever gotten lucky at this bar, Amir?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How many times would you say?
A few times.
A few times, and how did it go? Was it pretty freaky or just kind of your run-of-the-mill stuff?
Oh, yeah, it definitely got pretty freaky.
Can you get into detail without getting too much into detail?
What does that mean?
What do you mean? To tell me without like being too descriptive.
Now, is this guy like a friend of yours?
No.
Okay. So this is just a random guy named Amir.
Yep.
Who also gets okay.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Please do tell.
What do you want to know?
Did you do handstands in the bedroom?
Did you handstands in the bedroom? What?
And what bedroom?
Is that a thing, Muggs?
Yeah, I wanted to see what he wasn't gonna be too. He wasn't giving me too much. Is what.
Where did you get the idea for handstands, though?
I don't know, just the first thing that came to my head.
Tara, you've done some interesting stuff, Tara. Have you ever done anything like handstand related?
Kind of, yeah. I've done wheelbarrow.
Whoa!
What is that?
All right.
With that, like,
Oh, wait. Is that okay? Can you
that's
bleep
fine.
it?
Yeah, but say it nicely.
That's
What is
how
it?
you say it nicely.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried.
And how were you? Were you successful? 1 to 10? What would you rate your handstand?
Why are we talking about handstands, Muggs?
Yeah, this is not yoga.
Probably like 7.
Okay, all right, that's doable. That means she was satisfied. I take it. Would you come back to this bar to get lucky again in the future?
Oh yeah, I definitely I come back.
Are you here at this bar right now to get lucky?
Yeah.
Amir.
Are we up all night to get lucky?
Oh,
It's a terrible joke.
100%.
Daft Punk, shout out.
All right. Are there more?
Yeah,
I'm here with
There is more.
Monique.
Monique. How many times do you come to this bar?
I actually work right here at the pub next door.
She didn't even work. She didn't even go to that bar.
So you come here for survival.
Not survival, more like when I'm bored, I come and frequent the bars next door.
Oh, so you're off the clock right now.
Yes.
So when you're off the clock, do you come to this bar
She just said she did.
to get lucky?
Not to get lucky. I like to sing karaoke. I like to hear jazz, and I like to hear the bands.
Have you ever gotten lucky before?
Are you asking her if she's ever made
At the
love?
bar, at the bar.
Oh, at the bar.
No comment.
You can be as open as you want. We're not going to tell anybody. No one's going to hear this. Would you never give up hope of maybe one day getting lucky here?
I'm going to be honest. There's really no potential around here. I'm going to keep it 1,000.
You just come to have a good time. You're not looking to find your soulmate
Pretty much, no. You will never find your soulmate in a bar. I'm sorry.
or a quickie in the car.
Okay, well that, I mean, you know, if you're down, that's a different situation. It just depends on the mood that you're in.
Beautiful hair.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Muggs. I don't know if I can listen to any more of that, but maybe
Dude,
we'll
you're
send you
missing
back.
the first-
Yeah,
you're
we
missing the best guy.
Yeah, we'll get to it maybe next episode. Dr. Tara, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on lovebites.co. That's LUVBITES.co.
All right, awesome. And we are at I Love Loveline on TikTok and Instagram. We'll see you next week right here on KROQ.